The India Opportunities portfolio is a small cap strategy whereby we look to buy into businesses with less than 8,000 crores of market cap as stipulated by the regulator. For the definition of a small cap, the cutoff is basically an 8,000, 9,000 crore market cap. If you look at IOP1, all the stocks in the portfolio are less than this market capitalization. But broadly, one can understand, if you look at IOP-V2, because we understand financials, which are a very strong part of the economy and the indices and the markets per se, there's not too much of play, and we did not want to overlap too much in terms of our holdings in IOP1 and IOP2. So we have said that the financial services and the BFSI space as represented in IOP-V2 would be through the large cap space. So 80 to 20%, 80-20 would be the ratio of small cap to large cap or mid caps in the case of an IOP strategy. We are not replicating the stocks that we have in the IOP1 and the IOP2 significantly, maybe one or two names, but that's about it. These are differentiated names, small cap, high growth businesses. Of course, the portfolio will tend to fluctuate significantly because volatility will come in the small cap space, but the returns are also going to be significantly higher in the small cap space if we look at long periods of time. So from that point of view, identifying into businesses early when the point of emergence happens, and living through that journey on these small cap businesses, even if we get 60-70% right on these names, we would have actually delivered some significant returns for our portfolio. The IOP1 is basically a 10-year track record, has a 10-year track record. IOP-V2 have had just 1-year track record. The potential of returns coming from this portfolio, the small cap space, is much higher than the large cap space because it has been beaten down significantly. Over the last 10 years that we have seen in IOP1, we have had an outperformance since inception and in all periods except for 1 year, But on a relative basis, we have always been able to stay ahead of the benchmark indices. We think that superior stock selection strategy, again, structural businesses, good managements, buying at reasonable valuations, and a long growth ahead of us in many of these small cap names would mean that the scope of wealth creation in this portfolio stays intact. And in turbulent times, these may be the best fit for investors. But I will have a caveat out here that this portfolio should only be picked by investors who have an appetite to bear volatility. And I think that this portfolio is suited for investors who are less than 50 years of age. Investors who are more than 50 years of age should be considering more a multi-cap strategy and a large cap strategy as opposed to a mid or a small cap strategy. So that's what the IOP portfolio is all about.